Illini Basketball Podcast, episode number 107. Big Ten tournament time is officially underway. We did not have Fred Hoiberg. He was about to pass out last night, so that means we are a go. Normal setup.
We keep playing.
Tomorrow. Well, I guess tonight, but then Illinois plays tomorrow. But before we get into what Illinois is going to do and their matchup, and it was going to be a hate of the other team setup no matter what with this bracket. But Illinois, some season awards, end of the season awards, I would say no surprises here at all. And one of them is not really a real award, but we should notice it or recognize it, right? So
sure.
Go for it.
I guess. Kofi, of course. I guess I'm doing this. And that's why Ethan does the intros, because he actually gets the episode number right. If you were here for our celebration pod or you listened to our celebration pod, I'm apparently a moron.
It was late,
what I was doing.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I was still running on the high of the win. So, but yeah, so awards have come out. Some of them. Kofi was unanimous, first team All Big Ten, along with Keegan Murray. I believe was the only other unanimous guy. Johnny, Big Ten Player of the Year, Davis was not unanimous, but hey, still got the Big Ten Player of the Year. Good for him.
Well, it was just one guy, so I guess it's a little different, but still, it's kind of hilarious, but whatever.
Kofi's also been named to first team All-American for the Field of 68, Sports Illustrated, and Sporting News.
And he'll be an official one with the AP or whoever the official one is when that comes out when the season's over. So no surprise there. And he'll have a chance to do it again when he comes back next year, and maybe National Player of the Year next year too.
Yeah. We'll see. I guess he was talking about how he's ready to go pro, but we'll see if he
is 100% coming back.
Yeah. Two guys that I don't think, maybe they would have made some teams, but we didn't really know for sure. Trent, second team All Big Ten, and then he made the All Defense team. He said yesterday, quote, "I really wanted the Defensive Player of the Year awards. The second team didn't excite me as much as the other." He said that he was very honored, though. So
has he ever been All Big Ten?
I don't think so. Steve, what's up? Hey guys, Underwood should have been Coach of the Year in your opinion. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I just think that if your team is projected to be 10th and you end up being a co-champ, it's hard to give it to somebody else. But Brad's done a great job. I don't know if Brad will ever win it, because if he keeps having these good Illinois teams, they're always going to be picked to be good. They might have to go
like 18-2 or
I think they would have to win the Big Ten outright, basically,
with that type of record.
I don't know if Brad Underwood really cares, except maybe he didn't get a $100,000 bonus or something. So the last guy, Alfonso Plummer, makes third team All Big Ten. So congrats to him. And then DeMonte, the award that's really not an award, but we're still going to talk about it. He made Seth Davis All Glue Guy team. I think there were like 10 guys on that. So, but props to the Big Ten, only picking 5 for each of their teams. Some of these conferences are coming out with 10 guys on their first team. So Kofi, Trent, Alfonso, congratulations. DeMonte, congratulations. I think he was on that team last year too.
Yeah, he was.
So, but yeah, good work, fellas. And yeah, hopefully Kofi's back to do it again next year.
You heard it here first.
We'll see.
But
yep.
Indiana tomorrow.
Under the game.
10:30 a.m. Central, 11:30 Eastern. Even though Champaign's not that far from Indianapolis, time zone changes, which is just whatever at this point. But if this week is taught you anything, it's that no lead is safe. And you just
Indiana, impressive comeback. Before we get into the game stuff, I just want to throw out some presser quotes, news, whatever was going out yesterday. They talked to Trent and Alfonso, and then Kofi talked a little later. Like I said, they asked him about coming back. He said that he's ready to go to the next level, but it just kind of depends on if the next level is ready for him.
So, he did not close the door.
Yes. pretty much. So Trent said, I guess this is because they're the number 1 seed. Quote, we're everyone's Super Bowl. Everyone wants to beat us. We have to be really focused and really, really hungry going on. So, postseason, it's one and done, except, if you lose in the tournament, Big Ten tournament, and then you got another one. But it's time to come out with that mental attitude that, we lose, we're done. So Trent also said that he thinks that they're peaking at the right time, and having Coleman and Andre Curbelo has added to what they have going on. He said that afterwards, they celebrated on Sunday. They turned the page on Monday, and once they came into Ubben, it was an 0-0 record and a different season. And he said that we've got to take on the mental challenge of us going out for 40 minutes and competing.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Plummer said that he said, quote, I ain't gonna lie, I think Curbelo is back. He got back just in time. So
AKA my minutes are gonna go down.
Yep. Underwood talked about Curbelo being an elite defender. Elite. And if you kind of see what's going on late in the games, Plummer's sitting on the bench and Curbelo's coming in to play that defense. So I think that's huge to have. I mean, you can have a guy that can come out and knock down threes for you, and then you got his backup is basically your other point guard who can facilitate the game along with playing really good defense. He had a couple good stops down the stretch in that Iowa game. So I think that we're going to see a lot of those two kind of back and forth, who's in, who's out. Curbelo starts knocking down some threes. We might see a lot more Curbelo than, you think, but we'll see. Brad said about Iowa, he said, we didn't play great against Iowa. We've got to bank on our effort being something that can put us over the top. So, and he also said, I want to win the tournament. I'd love to put back-to-back on something. Only 3 teams have won both the regular season and the tournament. So we'll see what happens. Brad also said, quote, postseason is about getting hot and playing with an edge. And then I think he took one last dig at Michigan because why not? He said, quote, postseason basketball, it's here. It's March. Exciting time of year. Had one of the best days of my basketball life. Sunday was a lot of emotion both ways. It's why we play all 20 games and we total them up at the end. So, he also said that Grandison is getting better. He was running around in practice, but not dressed for practice. And he's going to get fitted for one of the things like Trent has on his arm. So I don't know if we'll see him tomorrow. I don't think they really said, but I expect him to have a brace on like Trent's been wearing for 2 years now.
Yeah, I expect the lineup tomorrow to be what it was against Iowa.
Yeah.
I think that the close late games, which is what most of these games likely are. I know Illinois started the Big Ten tournament last year by blowing out Rutgers, but I think, you got to have Hawkins or Curbelo in there late. Hawkins for rebounding and defense, Curbelo for defense and making really good plays or really bad plays. I don't really know which you're going to get, but I feel like his defense being I wouldn't say elite like Brad would. I know that's Brad's guy and all that. I would say very good lately.
He's got really good hands.
Yeah.
I think is his thing.
He also sometimes he helps off and tries to get a steal, and that is.
And then he leaves this guy wide open. Hopefully, he doesn't do that against Kopp tomorrow. That's kind of my worry. I mean, when he gets open, he can shoot. You look at the last game they played; he didn't even get a shot off. So that's a big part of stopping Indiana from scoring from the outside. Indiana also shot 23% from outside in that game. So it's going to be another, basically, I'd say, I know Illinois fans are going to travel well to Indy, but it's going to be pretty much an Indiana crowd, I think. At least it was today. There were a lot of Indiana people there. So, Caleb, what a game. Yeah, what a game.
So I think Indiana – they're going to be ready to go. I mean, they should be. And,
you think that you text me and said you think that they put too much energy out there, and I'm worried that they're going to be riding a high off this win, off this comeback. I mean, if you take that running, but you got to think Illinois went into Indiana and and wiped them, right? So Illinois was far better than Indiana the last time they played.
Nothing about this Indiana team tells me that they're going to be like if you look at their season and they're in the Big Ten, they're back-to-back victories. Okay, Ohio State and Minnesota, not impressed.
Yeah, and
Nebraska and Purdue at home, not impressed.
And I didn't want Illinois to have to play Michigan, so I think Indiana is going to be a better matchup for them. Again, TJD can't do much outside of 15 feet, so you don't have to worry about him popping out and making shots. Kofi can, stay down low more. Kofi needs to stay out of foul trouble. It's always a big thing. And you gotta defend. And Xavier Johnson's really been coming on lately. He's been playing well. He had a great game in their last game against who'd they play?
Who?
Xavier Johnson against Purdue, right?
Purdue, yeah.
He had a great game against Purdue. Yeah, I think he had like 17, 18 today. So the good thing about that is we got a guy named Trent Frazier. So not super worried about him, but Indiana defended really well down the stretch today. So Illinois is just going to have to handle the ball, take care of it.
Michigan also puked all over themselves.
That's true. They big choke job by
Indiana hasn't beaten 2 top 40 teams in a row all season.
Wow.
So they beat Ohio State 26, Minnesota 109, Nebraska 134, Purdue 13. So that's 2-game winning streaks. And then they beat Penn State and Maryland back-to-back. That's 89 and 84 on Ken Palm. They beat Maryland and Minnesota back-to-back. That's 84 and 109. So they have not beaten – and Michigan's 33rd, Illinois 16th on Ken Palm. And I think in terms of Indiana's lineup today and how Illinois could match up, obviously, like you said, Xavier Johnson against Trent Frazier is going to happen. Parker Stewart only played 13 minutes, but he can light it up. You got to have Plummer on him. You have to. Miller Kopp doesn't play that much usually, but he played a lot today. That seems like probably a Hawkins matchup because I would assume they want Race Thompson against DeMonte again, right?
Yeah.
And then you go maybe you go DeMonte against Kopp because you have Hawkins in the lineup, but I doubt it.
That's true.
But TJD against Kofi, obviously. TJD, can he have 2 good games in a row? I don't know. He had 24 and 8 today. Didn't wake up till the second half. I said that Hunter Dickinson was his father, and that didn't go well because things really fell apart after I said that. But, you look at TJD's actual good games back-to-back have been in wins, so he needs to have a good game for them to win. If he doesn't have a good game and he plays the way that he's played against Illinois the last few years, they're going to have trouble, and hopefully they do. Illinois – is Kofi 4-0 against Indiana in his career or 5-0? 4-0 or 5-0?
I think 4, but I'm not. I don't know. You look that up. The thing is that they don't have an answer for Kofi. I think they're gonna double team him a lot. TJD, he has to stay out of foul trouble, right? That's the biggest thing is that I think that's the biggest factor on how far Illinois can go in the Big Ten tournament and even in the NCAA tournament is the way Kofi is officiated. And if he gets, some bad fouls on him or, makes some plays that, gets him in trouble. So I think that's –
it's 4-0 against Indiana.
Did you read this? Caleb fell asleep in the second half.
Yeah, well,
okay.
It's not surprising to hear that. I muted it, obviously.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, this is the matchup that I would have rather had. I didn't think we were going to get it the way that first half went. But again, Indiana's defense was a presence late. And Illinois just gotta stay the course, knock down some shots, going into a new place. Hopefully the shots fall.
That's an issue. Yeah, I said that last year. I said, depth perception and such. We saw Illinois came out in their first game in a neutral site this year. against Cincinnati. They didn't come out well in that game, but then things really went downhill. So that's something to think about. Let's get some numbers real quick after you say this comment.
TJD mentally quit in the second when we played them. He doesn't like the way we play at all. Yeah, TJD's a very emotional player. He likes to flex a lot, and he didn't get to flex a lot when he played Illinois last time. So that kind of gets him going the wrong way. But yeah, I mean, Illinois held him to what, 9 points or something?
I don't think Juwan Howard even coached in the second half today.
Illinois held them to 6 points on 3 of 9 shooting. So big thing is rebounds. Got to get some rebounds. They were out rebounded by Indiana. Indiana had 10 offensive rebounds last time they played. So you cut those down. Illinois should win. But
one of Illinois' best
play the game.
One of Trent's best games in the first matchup, 23 points, 8 of 11 shooting. Illinois 40-21 in the second half. Kofi had 17 and 8. Illinois 13 assists on 23 field goals. 33-30 rebounds was in favor of Indiana, but they held Indiana 3 for 13 from 3. And TJD 6 points, 6 rebounds, 3 of 9 from the field. So stage is set, and as I look up to my left here, it looks like Iowa's going to drop about 100 in the first half against Northwestern. So that's it's probably going to be Iowa, Illinois, and the semis if Illinois gets past, if I had to guess, because I don't see a Rutgers beating Iowa on a neutral court, but maybe they do. Who knows?
Your Horned Frogs are looking to put away Texas.
Yeah, I did underestimate the ability of any Texas program in any sport to choke. I did underestimate that.
True.
And
yeah,
how about that? So, I mean, Michigan ruins the parlay I had with Michigan and TCU, but TCU holds up their end of the bargain. So shout out. I think let's just do the prediction now. I got one more thing to talk about. Prediction, go.
Predictions. I think, like I said, I think if Kofi stays out of foul trouble, guys hit down threes in a new gym, I think Illinois can win this. They could win it by more than 9, but I'm going to go with 9. I think the spread would probably be around that number, maybe. Illinois 76, Indiana 67.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Illinois 73, Indiana 65. I think it'll be another first half where Illinois has some issues early. I think that they'll come out a little bit slower. What is the record?
Keep saying they're not going to come out flat anymore, and they seem to come out flat. Steve, always a bold prediction by Steve. Steve says Illini by 15 plus. So.
Yeah, I don't know about that. What is Illinois' record with you in the building this season?
2-1.
So it was Notre Dame, and
Michigan and Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, the Arizona thing was kind of they weren't really going to ever win that game.
I mean, they were in it.
But without being able to guard Mathurin.
And Carissa decided to not miss any threes down the stretch.
I think that's one thing that Illinois struggles with in non-conference is like game planning for the other team's best players.
Caleb says Illinois by 8, so he's right in our line where we are. What
do you think the spread will be?
I think it's going to be around there. 8-9 would be my guess.
Well, I think considering that Illinois won the last time they played at Indiana by 17, I would think it would be pretty. I mean, Michigan was -3 against them. Michigan also went into Indiana and beat them.
Yeah.
But Michigan also has a worse record and the whole thing there. But should be an interesting game. Early game. You'll be in the building. We'll see if they can.
Yeah, we're leaving today at 4:00. We're staying at a cheapo hotel tonight, but then we'll be downtown tomorrow. We're going to go to the pre-party at it's at like good something, Good Falls or something. I don't know. It used to be the old Ram bar. It is Illinois' official bar. So I think we're going to go to that. If you see me there, I drink Busch Light. So.
All right. Shout out. I think we should address the Bruce Weber thing real quick as my something stuck in my throat. Go ahead, Bruce Weber.
Bruce Weber resigned today from Kansas State. Apparently, 2 Big 12 championships in 10 years isn't enough.
Well, I think it was probably time for them to move on, but I also think the way that
Kansas, but
Kansas
whatever.
State fans treated him like dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, there was a picture of a kid with his $5 bill saying that he was ready to put a fund together for Brad Underwood, holding it at a home game. I mean, It's just not how you do it. Underwood isn't going anywhere.
Brad Underwood, like you
I'm
texted
worried.
me earlier, when did Brad Underwood say Illinois was his dream job?
When he took the Stephen F. Austin job in 2013, I guess somebody asked him what his dream job would be, and he said Illinois. So, he's at Western. Always thought that Illinois, should be a powerhouse. He came back. He made him a powerhouse. I don't think he's going anywhere.
He's 58. He'll be 59 next season. I think that the relationship between
I think Illinois come in. When did he sign his last extension?
Wasn't it after last season or the season before that?
Yeah, and I don't know how long it goes through, but I have a feeling it goes through 2027. I have a feeling that they'll try to lock him in for another.
I think the relationship between him and Whitman seems to be too strong.
Yeah,
I don't think that he would. And even if he did get a huge offer from K-State, I think he has the respect for this program to go back to Illinois and be like, what are you going to do? And I think Illinois will do something because he's making over $4 million a year now. His last extension was 2021 September. So before this season until 2027. Okay. So I mean the buyout is probably
5 years. So
how big is the buyout?
I think they said it was. I've seen anywhere from 4 to 8 million. So
I wish I was higher.
Somebody said it was 8, and then I saw that it was knocked down from 6 to 4. So I don't know what it is exactly right now. But I don't see him going anywhere. I could see Illinois coming back and extending him another 5 years, keep him here the next 10, and just kind of shutting all that rhetoric down. But Bruce Weber, I hope he goes and he finds a job.
Clearly wants to keep coaching based on what he said last night.
Doesn't have to worry about the BS. Like you said, you asked me if he'd take a mid-major job. I think he would if there was anything on the table. And just kind of get back to just coaching and not having to worry about the BS that comes with, coaching a Power 6 conference and, 5-year-olds holding up their $5 bill sign saying, get out of here and that crap. So I hope the best for him. We'll see what happens with him. But yeah, I don't think Brad's going anywhere. Am I nervous? Kind of. I've been nervous since they hired him. And Bruce Weber was literally, it seemed like he was on kind of the doorstep of being out until he won the Big 12. You said, 2019? And then I think that he, that kept him a couple more years than they probably even wanted him. So I'm just, I'm going to hold my breath until we know for sure. But
I got a place for him to go, for Bruce Weber to go. University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee.
Yeah, I've seen that.
His alma mater.
Yeah.
And they just fired their coach.
Yep.
Could make sense. That's Horizon League, right? So not too big of a league. And TCU, let's give a shout out to TCU, taking down those losers at Texas. And my Big 12 champion pick is still alive. So shout out to them. Shout out to Bruce Weber. If he wants a spot on Underwood staff, we will have to respectfully decline, sadly.
Wow.
Let's
come on the show though.
If he does,
John Gross. Yeah, I hope John Gross goes to Kansas State, ruins their program.
That would be hilarious, I think. No doubt about it.
So,
I think anybody would want that to happen because we do not like those losers, I would say, would be the overall assessment there. All right, that'll do for us. We'll be back at some point in the future, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to try to do something where I'm on my phone while I'm over there. Or
I feel like if they win, we have to. But
yeah,
if they lose,
we could probably. I could probably go back to the hotel and we do a quick one after the game. Yeah, if they lose, then I guess it doesn't matter until Sunday. But
so that would be the upside to losing, I guess. We don't want that.
What's that? That I don't get to watch him play anymore?
The upside would be that we don't have to worry about the next episode.
See you tomorrow, Caleb. You going? Or are you going to see us here because we're winning? Anyways.
All right. That'll do it for us. We'll see you at some point.
ILL.
I'll give you an INI.
Thank you. Right? Jeez.
I had to look at something there business-wise. But all right. We'll see you in the next one. Number